Hey gang, we are Facebook Live. This is actually a Shift Happens Live, but it's kind of a Facebook Live. But it's shift number 404. So we're about a few minutes late than we wanted to post this. But we had a staff training, so we had to take care of that first. And then Dr. Price and Dr. Francoeur, my wife and I, were breaking down chiropractic and talking about, do seamstress belong in chiropractic?
The answer is no.
No, we're talking about those who do acupuncture. That's not chiropractic. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't think we need seamstress in chiropractic. We don't need laser light shows either. Cat toys.
Cat toys, those are fun.
What's a cat toy? You got cats, don't you?
Yeah, I got two cats.
Do they like those things?
Yes, they do.
Lasers?
Yep.
Well, her Frenchies, I take the laser off one of my, what do I want to call it, my daycare toys. And I'll shine it around, and they go bonkers off the laser light shows, the cat toys.
I'm glad you take it off your daycare toys.
I really don't. I just push the button and shine it around. I don't take it off because it's
there.
properly there for specifics.
Alignment.
That's it. So here's what we're going to do the next 4 weeks. So pay attention. We start with him. So we're going to talk about your uniqueness. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of funny because last Monday night we were just sitting here chilling and talking, and he talked his, and I was like, that's really good. And I had him send it to me, and I wanted him to share. So I'll shut up now. Your uniqueness.
My uniqueness. So some of you know that I became a chiropractor because my brother Eric had migraines when he was a kid. 3, 4, 5 years old, he had migraines weekly, and the medical profession, my parents took him to everybody, and they couldn't figure out what was going on. They tried everything, and nothing worked. So fortunately, on the advice of my grandmother, he went to a chiropractor.
Weird.
I know, right? And finally, after seeing a chiropractor for a couple weeks, not years, not months, that he was able to come home from school and play baseball with me instead of going home to bed with a migraine. So at 7 years old, I knew I wanted to be a chiropractor.
Spontaneous recovery. The drugs finally build up in his bloodstream.
You've
ever heard that before? You've heard that, right, Dr. Price?
Oh, yes.
Oh, it takes a little bit for the drugs to build up in your bloodstream. No, it takes that long to make your brainstem not work anymore. So anyway, sorry.
It takes that long to get out of your system.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I knew at 7 years old I wanted to be a chiropractor. I didn't know what chiropractors did or what they really do or anything, but I knew I wanted to be one. Yeah,
Many chiropractors don't.
I couldn't say subluxation. I didn't know what it was, but I knew that chiropractic helped my brother. It saved his life, my family's life, and eventually helped me in my life as well. And ever since then, and whenever they ask you, like, who are you? What do you do? I'm a chiropractor. I start the day as a chiropractor. I think about chiropractic. I live chiropractic. I love chiropractic. I walk through life knowing that I'm a chiropractor. I'm proud to be a chiropractor because this is what I do. This is what I believe in. And you asked me the very first time I met you, right across here at Fox Hollow.
You had a green shirt on and that green clip-on tie.
It was not a clip-on.
It was a clip-on. It was
tied
to you
perfectly. It was beautiful.
It was a clip-on.
I still tie my tie.
Yeah, it was a clip-on.
What was the question you asked me?
Is that a clip-on?
No.
The question, I know it's a question you're going to say, and it's that question. So I'm going to pre-frame it. Here's those who don't know. There was a time in chiropractic that part of your rite of passage to be a chiropractor is you got arrested. Not because you committed a crime,
nope, but
because the medical profession out there lived with fear, and so they said that chiropractors were practicing medicine without a license. There was also another association out there, the Anti-Chiropractic Association, known as the Un-American Chiropractic Association, ACA, would turn in other chiropractors if they weren't members of the Anti-Chiropractic Association. And chiropractors went to jail. Now, the only way that chiropractors could get out of jail is they would say, I won't practice chiropractic anymore, or they had to pay a fine, or they had to serve their time.
Or both, yeah.
Not one chiropractor said, I won't practice chiropractic anymore. Mm-hmm. We talked about it this weekend when I was in Atlanta, just some of the guys who went to jail. And one of my favorites is Charles Lemley. Charles Lemley went to jail, was arrested 7 times in one day in Waco, Texas, 66 times in his career. Not because he did anything illegal, but because he was a chiropractor and the medical profession went after him because that was their way of getting rid of chiropractors. Which, by the way, they were found guilty in 1991 by the District Supreme Court, never moved up to Supreme Court. The AMA was found guilty of antitrust against the chiropractic profession. What that means is the medical profession, the AMA, was found guilty for trying to get rid of the chiropractic profession. You were guilty of that crime.
They haven't stopped.
And they still haven't stopped.
Even though there's a law that says they can't do it.
They're still breaking the law.
Still haven't stopped.
That could be in 5 weeks. We'll talk about that. So, anyway, Dr. Lemley arrested 66 times in his career. My wife actually snuck through locked gates. Blake did. Our daughter snuck through locked gates to get me pictures of Dr. Lemley's chiropractic sanitarium, which was amazing. So anyway, my question I was asked, would you go to jail for chiropractic? And it's kind of cool. Can I tell the rest of the story?
Well, your question said that if somebody came in here and said,
go ahead.
If somebody came in here and said, if you adjust one more person, that I'm taking you to jail, what would you do?
And you said?
I'm adjusting the next person. Who's next?
Which is really cool. That is way cool.
It is cool.
So,
because we actually had people tell us no, they wouldn't adjust.
I've actually had chiropractors say I wouldn't do that. And so, which is terrible.
And that's from me going to chiropractic school that wasn't philosophy based. It didn't have the history. It didn't have it. So I wasn't necessarily dipped into the knowledge.
I would say that's not your fault, Matt. Dr. Francoeur.
No, but that was his experience.
Yeah, that was your experience.
But
his previous experience with the chiropractor and his brother gave him the philosophy.
Exactly.
That gave him the heart that said, yes, I would adjust.
An unaware philosophy without even realizing. Because there's chiropractors that go to very philosophically strong schools that I went to school with that don't even know that. I mean, this weekend when I was in Atlanta and I was talking about at Life Chiropractic College, the chiropractors went to jail. And I was going through some of my favorites that I'm like, wow, that's incredible what these guys did. And some of these doctors and students, you can see the look on their face like, I never knew that.
I had no idea.
How do you not know that?
Yeah.
So anyway, keep going.
But it was the heart, it's the history, it's everything that's here. So I know for a fact that I'm a chiropractor. I'll do anything chiropractically to help people. I love this profession. I love what we do here at Chiro World. I'm learning from an incredible mentor, Dr. Mike, Dr. Clegg. This team is absolutely phenomenal. So if you guys aren't a patient here, or you need to be, or you need a chiropractor, we can be one, or we can find you one. Because chiropractic will absolutely help change your life for incredible amounts, and we need to be a bigger part of every day, everybody, every life.
I like that. We need a bigger part. That's really good. We should tag that hashtag bigger part of life. That's almost just hashtag as natural adaptation, right? That's really good. Yeah. So that could be on a stage somewhere.
Could be.
You could get that for $3.97.
Put it on a billboard.
Or we can start a program for $3.97 a month.
Let's do both.
Okay. All right. Got anything else?
No.
We're out of here. We'll see you next week. It's actually tomorrow, 1:15, ADD.